Hello, welcome back to Vision Pro Journal. In this episode, I want to continue exploring the stylus Muse from Logitech. Previously, I tried this app called Sketch Pro, and you probably have seen the demo. Sketch Pro does things in 2D. There are a few more apps that supporting the stylus, Crayon, and Vision3D. Let's try with Vision3D first. It's okay. You probably have seen me using this app. So with this app, when the stylus connected, it says the Muse is connected, and you can see the stylus and the tip now have this indicator. So yeah, my right hand is no longer functional. The left hand is still functional. So this app is kind of neat in that way. I think it's still kind of like a beta of the app, so I couldn't actually tap any of this at the moment. But anyway, the stylus seems to be working, and the button, there are two buttons here. The first button allows you to create objects, right? So whenever I create something, it shows up on the outliner there. I could delete it with left hand. So left hand is very functional. I could place a box, for example. I could enable physics, so I can draw another block, and it's gonna drop because now it kind of respecting the gravity, and it's gonna do funny things like physics. It's a good idea to draw floor. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I should turn it off for now. Cube, sphere, the usual. So with the sphere, normally you probably like to draw it from the center points. Maybe it needs some kind of option for that kind of thing. Cylinder, as you can see, by default, it's drawing everything from the corner, and it's red color. Can we change the color? To change the color, you could normally use the palette, but the color is actually on a different tool. So okay, if I turn this on, we get this palette. We can choose different color. Now I can draw. Oh, okay, now I'm in the tools number 3, which is like for this type of brush. So go back to the first tool. I can draw cylinder. I can choose different color. I believe I could just drag and continue to paint. I like this ability actually. So my left hand is kind of, maybe I'm randomly changing the color, right? And then I can place the objects. So the palette is, I reckon this app is kind of interesting with the color palette. I think the bottom part should be darker, and then normally we can have like white color somewhere. I think the palette could be improved, but anyway, we can choose a different texture. Okay, so I'm just gonna touch the basic, right? The second tool is this arrow one. The arrow, yeah, I really like this tool actually. The just arrow, you want to have one point, start with one point and then connect it to another point. So that's really neat. Yeah, I delete everything. We can create a simple Japanese story gate. So usually you see this in temple. Yeah, things like this, it's fun. You just have one point and connect to another point. It will actually give you the measurement in inch. I wish we can just quickly change it to different unit. Anyhow, let's go. Okay, that's basically the function of the stylus. I mean, if you really want to connect one point to another, like if we make the lines really small, I want to connect, let's delete everything again. Okay, I want to connect from this point, so I should, yeah, the point is a little bit hidden, but, and then, yeah, it gives more precision. But in this case, look, I couldn't see the points. I think maybe the developer could look at it and check the functionality. When you wanted to place a point there, this thing shouldn't hide the tip of the stylus. Just a quick feedback. The rest of them is kind of pretty much you can guess. Okay, this one is creating text, right? It's dropping the text somewhere. It's dropping the text here, simple text. Yeah, I think this does not functions properly yet. We can tap and then it's gonna drop the text there, and we can move it using different tools. Yeah, I think the transform tool seems kind of working, but currently it's not perfect. I know I tried this app before using fingers only, and then the functions only works for the first button. The second button is not yet being used. Second button I think is good to use it to grab objects and then place it. I don't know. Yeah, that's the quick tour for that particular app. If I go back to this app selector, okay, Crayon. I love Crayon app. We don't really need the stylus for this app, but the stylus will give you ability to do more. Yeah, this app is really cool, really cool. I love this app. Really simple. You can see this finger, the left hand finger with 5 color. Whenever I tap, this color will change. Okay, it's I like this simplicity. It's just amazing. And I can start drawing, right? Oh yeah, we can forget the fingers of the right hand because it's no longer working for now. I believe you can, oh yeah, it still work this way. I can change the radius, right? That's cool. And I can undo that using that kind of gesture. This app is really well thought on that. Let's try this. So I'm doodling using the red color, and I can quickly replace it with different color, right? I really love this kind of quick functionality, and it's just like very intuitive, and wow, it's just a lot of fun. That's the thing with the Vision Pro. It makes things like a lot more fun to do. Let me try. Okay, this app has these hidden functions. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm writing proper kanji, but let's try. So I'm using the tip of the stylus, and then I don't press any button, and I just draw something here on the floor, and I'm actually, yeah, I'm pushing the stylus down. There's actually some kind of pressure there. It's not the most sensitive stylus, but you can feel the stylus touching the floor, and then start drawing it. So if I'm drawing it on the fridge, yeah, it's smoother. You can feel the roughness of it. So I can really feel the physicality. That's the nice thing about the stylus. Okay, change color, change to another color. You can probably hear the stylus touching the floor, so I can do that. That's really cool. So that's Crayon so far. Let's open the palette. So this app has more features. The color, 5 color on the left fingers. You can change the hue of we only have 5 color palettes. Oh, by the way, if you are holding the stylus, the fingers stop working. You can still do things like changing the brush size. Oh, don't worry about that. Anyhow, it has mode like turning it into metallic. Yeah, I really enjoy this app. It's one of my favorite app in Vision Pro. Normally with just the finger, this app will work as it is, and it's simple. Previously you cannot save. This beta version of the app actually allow you to save. So the hand that's holding the stylus will not work. Okay, it's really weird. Okay, anyhow, save. You can save the scene now with the beta version of the app. The official one on the App Store currently doesn't save. You can turn on calligraphy. Calligraphy, if you move really fast, this one gives you some kind of change, different stroke thickness. Man, this is like really cool for people who likes doodling. You can do it in I mean, if you have a Vision Pro or a different XR VR, the ability to draw spatially will surprise your brain at first, but it's a lot of fun, and you kind of starting to think in 3D. If you're like a comic manga artist and never used 3D before, do learn 3D, and then if you actually have access to tools like VR and Apple Vision Pro, this will give you some kind of new ability to look at things in 3D a little bit better, right? I mean, normally you will think 3D is, wow, 3D is so complex, right? Apparently with the right tools like Vision Pro, 3D become more accessible. The tools can be complicated, and you will find some complicated AutoCAD, CAD tools, but Blender is, for example, is open source and free. You can use Blender, and there's also tools like Plasticity. It's like CAD but very simple, and tools like Feather 3D for iPad. And there's a lot of tools nowadays that's kind of really just happen to be out there, and it's very accessible, and some of them kind of more expensive, or actually they become more affordable in the last couple of years. Blender being free, Feather 3D has a bit of cost, but used to be free, but anyway, it's still affordable, under $50 or something, under $20 sometimes. Anyhow, back to Crayon. So Crayon, let me. This is spatial space. If I move over there, you can see I have empty space, but if I move back, this is spatial. Okay. One thing I noticed, if I try to draw behind my back, if I look at there and then try to paint behind my back, I couldn't do that. It's gonna the stroke will disappear sometimes. So somehow maybe it's current limitations of the. I wish I could just, you know, keep holding the button and then keep painting and then draw something behind my back, but apparently it doesn't work like that, and then it will disappear. The stroke just stop tracking. Okay, one thing to keep in mind, it's not the app mistake, it's probably Apple limiting this functionality. This stylus, you can draw anywhere in front of you, whatever in front of your vision peripheral, you can draw. You can perhaps paint up there. If you go up the wall and then use chair and then start painting, you can do that. You can actually ray trace. It has function where you could ray trace on the wall, spray the point into the wall. I don't know, maybe am I doing it, or it's just like a bug? Okay, it's bug. Open palette. Okay, back to the palette. We are still using this metallic and matte. Okay, matte. Did I lose? Occasionally I totally lost the functionality of the stylus. Yeah, the app sometimes still buggy. Anyhow, we can erase. I lost my artwork. That's okay. And we have function like this one. Oh, eraser still work. What's going on? Oh, brush. Where's my? So occasionally the stylus just stopped working. Still, I don't know why. Eraser works. Okay. This one to grab objects. This one, okay, we can bring our own USDZ object and then place it in 3D. So this app is one of my favorite. Once again, I say I could go to different world, right? Totally somewhere else. So we can have this environment. We can okay, we need to be able to hold this object, hold it, resize, rotate. I like how this tool is implemented. It works really well. If I turn off the stylus, I might get the functionality of my hand again. Remove the Logitech. Okay, environment, let me turn off. How to turn off the environment? Oh man. Leave the environment. Okay, back to my kitchen. Okay, hand. Two hand works. Okay, the Vision Pro actually doesn't allow objects to go through the floor. The latest Vision Pro kind of does this. Okay, I have my hand, my finger functionality back. I can draw over. Yeah, I can draw around the 3D objects. This is really cool. The 3D object looks real. We can look around it. So you could use iPhone or iPad to do like 3D scan of a model, like a model of or person. Scan it, save it, bring it into Crayon, and then you could paint around, kind of paint around the virtual 3D objects or the model. Yeah, so that's really cool in that object library, for the object library. And it is the hand function. Yeah, sometimes, oh, because I scaled it before, now it's a little bit more tricky, but 2 finger and you can rotate it. If you notice, this is kind of like Suzanne the monkey and the dogu. The dogu is a Japan ancient doll. Well, okay, I thought that's kind of cool together and fused together. The next tool, the box, the sphere, cylinder, and cone. Okay, all the basic and primitive tool, but I think, like I said, Crayon app is just it's really cool enough. You can save the scene, but you cannot export as USDZ or reality model, which you can bring to another app. So currently it's still kind of limited. I wish it could export USDZ a little bit. It gives more functionality, so you can bring it into Nomad Sculpt or a different app. But so far, the stylus, that's how it is at the moment. Everything, most of the apps are still beta. Some app works better than the other. It gives more functionality to the current Vision Pro workflow. However, maybe some people think, okay, it's still not productive enough, but some people might think, okay, there's a lot of potential with this stylus. Okay, see, I have this right hand holding the stylus. If I want to tap and choose different color, I still need to use this finger. The stylus, oftentimes you're starting to notice, okay, once the hand is holding the stylus, some function stop working. Okay, so it's still a lot of work from the developers to make this stylus fully functional. The stylus costs over $200. It's a lot of money, I know. Same price with Apple Pencil Pro. Actually, Apple Pencil Pro is not supporting Apple Vision Pro at the moment. I think Apple could actually maybe update the Vision Pro or update the Pencil to support Vision Pro in the future. We don't know. We never know. Yeah. So for now, some developers actually allowing beta usage of their app, so they are still developing the app, and I was lucky enough, some developers allows me to test flight the beta version of the app to check if there's a bug or something. I can report to them, send them feedback. See, my right hand is no longer working. My left hand sometimes working, sometimes not. So this is another kind of bug. Need to be careful there. But when the stylus actually connected and works, it's a lot of fun. You can actually start drawing while laying down. It gives more precision, so it's just a little bit different. When you start using tools, suddenly you have different tips and you can paint more precisely, right? That's the point. That's the point of this. I can delete you. Can I delete you? Okay, that's how you delete objects. Back to calligraphy, stylus. This is crayon, right? Crayon. Yeah, I quite like the calligraphy. It feels very expressive, and oh, I think the palette could have more spot to save your own color, because currently you only have five here on this finger, and it's kind of limited. Maybe it's the ability to have more colors and then to save presets, because you could have also, you know, like metallic, matte, different type of brush strokes. Metallic, yeah, it's good for 3D calligraphy. And if you can actually export it out, currently you cannot export, you can only save, right? Save, blah, save with random name. If you can export into USDZ or Reality and bring it into Blender or other app like Nomad Sculpt, you can further refine the 3D objects. Yeah, it's this ability to just draw spatially is just a lot of fun. I wish at some point everyone could try and experience spatial doodle. For now, I mean, some school might have it, some student might have access to Vision Pro, have some few hours. I think the demo at the Apple Store is not enough to justify. I mean, the price for Vision Pro at the moment is too high. Maybe it is for developers, some teachers or artists like to experience with it. It's very expensive, not always affordable, not accessible for everyone. You can try the demo at the Apple Store to look at the spatial movies and try some of the apps. Maybe you can ask them to provide apps like crayons and Vision3D I use a lot, and then Sketch Pro is the one that I tried in the previous video. Anyhow, I think that's pretty much what I want to talk about. I nearly ran out of so I used 25% recording this. I will try again, maybe another demo, or try to make an artwork actually, like yeah, with this app, with Crayon or Vision3D. Yeah, maybe I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully this is useful if you're thinking about buying the stylus. If you already have the Vision Pro, it's not really necessary at the moment. Maybe next year it might have more function, but it's a lot of fun once if it is working with the apps. In fact, if the stylus actually works across Apple Vision OS apps, then it provides more function as a mouse, you know. Okay, maybe draw for freeform as well. I'll see you in the next video then. Thank you. Bye.